welcome back to the final episode of the Bundy Files. Today's episode is 30 years since, where we'll be talking about the 30th anniversary of Ted Bundy's execution. Let's start off with the basics. Bundy has been put back in the spotlight for his 30th anniversary on the 24th of January 2019. There's also been a film made starring Zac Efron as the killer, which will be premiered at Sundance, whereas Netflix have released a 4-part documentary on the actual anniversary of his death, playing the tapes that were recorded while interviewing Bundy, where he wanted to tell his story from his point of view, not from someone else's. The Netflix tapes also include one victim who managed to escape Bundy when he attacked her. Yes, she wrote a book about it, but she has also spoke about how Bundy has affected women in Utah. It has also been told that the fear of women, like Rona Stampley, the victim, will never leave. The Alcatraz East Crime Museum currently has Bundy's tan Volkswagen Beetle displayed on their deaths display for Bundy that opened on the 24th of January and will close through April 2019. I did contact the museum in hopes of getting some images of the display that I can use, but I asked where they got the car from, but also where it will go when the display closes down. I didn't hear back from them. Articles have said that Bundy will be thrilled to know that we are still obsessing with him and keeping him in the spotlight after 30 years since his death on the electric chair. There will be people that still sexualise Bundy due to his looks and charm, but that was all explained in the last podcast. And to end on the facts, before we get on a couple of interviews, I watched a YouTuber who used paranormal equipment to attempt to contact Bundy. In the video, there is words such as "I'm negative," "Bundy," and "I'm Bundy." No one knows whether this voice is edited in, or is it actually Bundy talking to a YouTuber, but in my opinion, I don't think Bundy is going to be spending his time, possibly in hell, well definitely in hell, talking to a YouTuber for views. Now, for the interviews, I wanted to switch it up. I wanted to get the opinion of Bundy from a female and a male. So, my first interviewee is Ben. So Ben, thanks for coming on to my podcast.
That's fine, thanks for having us.
Right, so today I wanted to get the male opinion of the Ted Bundy obsession, really. So, in your opinion, what would you say about how women obsess with Bundy nowadays?
Well, I just think it's because a situation like this isn't exactly common on this type of scale the way it was, and I think it's just fascinating for some people.
Would you say the way that people sexualise Bundy is strange, or would you say that it is common with people who like the idea of bad boys or something like that?
I mean, there's bad boys and there's just mass murderers and rapists. I do think it's strange, to be honest, and I don't see the appeal.
Yeah, I've had that reply for a lot of questions. Would you say that people making films and documentaries about Bundy at the minute is feeding this obsession that's being made at the minute?
Well, as long as it's done right and it's not glorifying his actions and stuff like that and just educating people on him, I think it's alright, but if it starts glorifying him, then I think it needs to stop.
What's your opinion on the Instagram pages that have been made about Bundy, being fans of Bundy, and they are teenagers actually?
Yeah, it's just weird. Calling yourself a fan of a mass murderer is just beyond me.
I completely agree with your opinion. Thank you for letting us interview you. My final interview is with Jenny talking about the female opinion of the obsession. This was the final episode of the podcast series. Thank you for listening.